G'day, this is Dave from Hipcamp, and behind me is our Hilltop Feathertop 18'6". In the Feathertop family, it sits very neatly between a single axle 17'6" and a rear door dual axle 19'6", and is a really great little van to tow. Now, if you're familiar with the 17'6", it is more or less the same van, just a foot longer. But the extra feet does come then with another set of tyres and also a slightly larger Ensuite at the rear, which then has a washing machine inside there. A few things to know about the 17'6". As a result of having the axle assembly towards the rear of the van, tends to increase the ball weight. So if ball weight's an issue for you, you're probably better off looking at either 17'6" or the 19'6". We'll go through the specifics of it as we go around the van. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Now, this particular van is the standard finish in terms of the extrusion. It's an aluminium extrusion. We've paid for a bit of an upgrade. It's about a $500 upgrade to go to the silver from the standard white, but it does look really quite classy in this config. So if you like that traditional look, it looks really good. Otherwise, you can of course upgrade to a flat composite finish as well. Lots of lights on the outside, which are standard for every Hilltop van. We're going to go a little bit in reverse this time around these vans. So as you would expect on every Hilltop van, the separatable security door, which locks you into inside if you need to. So you've got the security screen inside there, your welcome light on the well and the handle, and of course the main door can lock over as well. Picnic table to the rear. If you want to bring your TV outside, comfortably put that inside there. You've got your 240, your 12 volt and your aerial point outside as well. This one is built on 15-inch tyres, so one of the difference between the 17'6" and the 18'6". The 76 comes standard with 16-inch, this comes standard with 15-inch, can very much be upgraded along the way. It is a leaf spring roller rocker suspension, standard with all of the Hilltop range. Big awning off the side. Again, standard with every Hilltop is the Dometic rollout awning. It will come out quite a way. A little bit breezy today, so I don't necessarily want to pull it all the way out there, but very easy operation. Come around the back of the van and you'll see every Hilltop again has a full spare tyre at the rear on a 2-arm bumper. You can upgrade that bumper to a 3 or a 4-arm if you want to have more stuff weighted at the back. And this is actually a really good point to consider because this does have a higher ball weight to start with. You can actually put more things at the rear, which will reduce your ball weight. Now, it is a fine balance. You don't want to be putting too much at the rear, which ultimately means you're going to be having sway, but with the van the way it's designed, tows really beautifully with a bit of extra weight at the rear. Tows beautifully without it as well, for that matter. Safety day reversing camera, so you can see out the back of the van. This, because it has the extra foot of space, you do then have the Jenny hatch inside here as well. So you don't need to worry about having the extended A-frame with the toolbox on the front. Again, talking about that extra ball weight that's going to add to your van. Your Thetford toilet cassette is here, thankfully not on the living room side of the van, so you can do that somewhat discreetly. All the usual vents on the outside. It does have a 3-way gas 12 volt and 240 fridge inside there, a Swift hot water system, your fill points for your water tanks. We'll have a look at what the water tanks are on board there shortly. And of course you've got the full size tunnel boot. It's full galvanized single piece tunnel boot all the way that goes through there. Come around the front. We made the decision some time ago that every single Hilltop van that we sell is going to have a DO35 full articulated hitch. That means that you can go pretty much anywhere with the van. Whilst this one is a semi-off-road, the hitch will allow you to go pretty much any particular place if you've got that you've got in mind. Just bear in mind that the van is built for maybe not quite necessarily the places this will allow you to go. You can of course look to customise your van with upgraded suspension if you want to go to those sorts of places. But the articulated hitch is as good for on-road as it is for off-road. Have the usual bits and pieces out here, including the safety chains and your breakaway, but also 7-pin to connect to your car. Could be a 7 or a 12. That really depends on you. We've got an Anderson plug which runs the fridge while you're driving, and also the safety day connections all sitting inside here. Standard jockey wheel, fold away, we'll move away, and your 2 9-kilo gas bottles out the front. Now, you've likely already seen this layout before in the 17'6". It's effectively the same van, but the extra stretch from the extra foot means we've got a little bit more space to walk around from this little divider wall to the bed, and you've got a slightly larger ensuite, which gives you a washing machine as standard. Now, the Hilltop, if you've seen inside any of the vans of the Hilltop vans, watching these videos, you'll know This is the fit out for all of them, the same quality, rounded edge bench tops, full extension, high quality bearing runners, the whole shebang. Really, really good quality. Picked this one from colors from the ground up, fully customizable all the way through. This is still, for an 18'6" van, has a very large amount of prep space here for the kitchen, full oven, as you would come to expect in pretty much every Hilltop, save for the really little ones, but even those have cooking facilities inside. Range hood, all the bits and pieces. Now, again, like every Hilltop, they come standard from Setup Camp with a 150 amp lithium battery and 200 watt solar panels. This actual van, this demo van, we've put another 200 watt solar panel on the roof and another 150 amp lithium battery. So 400 watts of solar, 300 amps of lithium, which means you can be off grid for a fair while, as long as you've got good sun. Storage under the bed, storage all the way around, tons of lights. Now, it's one of the great features of Hilltop. You've actually got these bulkheads with LED lights in there, either side. You've got them above your ensuite, above the bed. Then you've got a separate set of lights in 4 here and another set of 4 in here, which are controllable by your bed, which means you can go to bed, turn off your lights and be done. All of these have one big master switch by the door down here. One of the options we've put inside this van is the L-shaped couch. It doesn't actually cost anything more for the L-shaped couch, but if you do want to have the hydraulic leg and tick cushions at the table insert cushion to make this a bed, there's a little bit of extra cost in that, but it does open this van up quite a lot. I really like this as an inclusion. Like I mentioned, the extra space in the 18 means you've now got a 3.5 kilo top loader washer already built into the ensuite, whereas on the 17.6 you have to have that mounted on the wall at the back. Good size shower, single piece shower, so no chance of leaking inside there, and a Thetford cassette toilet. Also, in this one, you've got a little hamper at the back there for your clothes, so put your dirty clothes in there. Pretty cool little addition, I think. Let's touch quickly on the electronics on board this van. You've got a 3-way Thetford fridge, so that's got gas, 12 volt or 240. It has a Dometic Ibis 4 air conditioner. You've got a Bluetooth stereo with speakers inside and outside. That is also a DVD player, which already has the wiring through to your TV. And you've also got a built-in microwave. It's always important to know the weights of your van. This particular one has a tare weight of 2280, so not a particularly heavy van. It has a ATM of about 2,900 kilos, just under 2,900 kilos, so good payload. It has a ball weight of 240 kilos. Now, if you compare that to the 17-foot single axle that has about 140 kilo ball weight, and its bigger brother, the 19'6", has a ball weight around 125 kilos. At 240 kilos, it is a fairly substantial difference. So if you are conscious of weight, then don't worry, we've got an option for you. But I can tell you, with the weight on this, it tows absolutely beautifully.
Now, a lot of people like to get underneath caravans to check out the build quality. I certainly encourage you to do that on a Hilltop van. They are finished beautifully from the ground up. This is built on the Australian FP chassis. It is Australian-made caravan all the way from the ground up, fully customizable, as we've spoken about before. The vans will come standard with 2 freshwater tanks. These particular ones are located over the wheels. They're both 95 litres, and we have put, as part of our deals through Setup Camp, you're going to get a grey water tank at the rear standard.
Would I buy a Hilltop 18'6" Feathertop? Absolutely, I would. I love this van. It tows absolutely beautifully. You've just got to be aware of what the weight restrictions are around there. Other than that, get into one. Now, if you have any more questions, hit us up at setupcamp.com.au.